JBL has almost reached the point where it has a speaker for nearly every shape the human hand can hold. Tall ones, small ones, wide ones, round ones, some as big as your head. And now there's this one, the JBL Grip, which introduces the new energy drink can shape. So here's the real question. With JBL already covering just about every corner of the portable speaker world and nearly every price range, why does this exist? And more importantly, does it bring anything new besides that new shape? Let's check it out. Welcome to the Tech Shed. The JBL Grip lands at close to $100 US, which puts it on the lower end of JBL's lineup, which you can see here, or here, not sure what side I'm going to put it on yet. It sits above the $80 Clip 5, but below the more powerful $150 Flip 7. Flip, grip, clip, geez, this is going to be hard. Anyway, it fills that nice round $100 price gap that JBL hasn't filled yet. Now, if you're not set on JBL, there are alternatives like the Ultimate Ears Wonderboom 3, which also costs around $100 US. There's the $90 Sony Alt Field 1 and the $100 Soundcore Motion Boom. There's loads more as well, portable speakers, there's millions of them. Now, some of these deliver stronger bass or higher peak volume, but none of them combine IP68 level ruggedness and full Auracast support the way the Grip does. So overall, the price is competitive and makes sense if you want maximum toughness in a small package, but if you care about pure sound, you might want to look elsewhere or spend that little bit more. The Grip's most noticeable feature is obviously the shape. JBL went full-on Coke can here. It's easy to grab, or maybe I should say grip and go. You can easily throw it in a bag, clip it to a backpack, strap it to a bicycle, and forget about it. The build quality, it's classic JBL. You get the tough fabric wrap, funky colors like black, blue, or orange, yep. I got sent 3 of them. I think there's a few more colors as well, and they all have the rubberized ends and a shape that feels ready to survive being dropped off a picnic table or thrown into the end zone. Am I right, America? The headline though is the IP68 rating, which means it's fully dust tight, drop proof, and can survive being submerged in up to 2 meters of water for an extended period of time. That's something you'd normally see on larger JBL models, yet here it is in a compact speaker weighing just 385 grams. Now, to put that into perspective, the Clip 5, the one below the Grip, is IP67 rated, which means it's dust proof, but can only survive being submerged in up to 1 meter of water. Huge difference? Not really, it's kind of whatever. I mean, unless it's an accident, I don't really know who's going to be taking this into 2 meters of water, but hey, I bet somebody is. The controls, they're straightforward, power, Bluetooth, Auracast buttons on top, and play and volume on the front. You can double tap the play button to skip songs as usual. Then you've got the ambient light strip on the back. It creates a pretty cool effect actually, and you can get quite bright. It's customizable in the JBL Portable app. You can change the motion and the brightness, but weirdly, you can only pick between 4 colors, which kind of sucks. Also, having it on will use more battery, obviously. Now sound-wise, don't expect miracles. The sound basically matches the size. It's exactly what you'd expect from a single 43 by 80mm driver with 16 watts of power and a 70 Hz low end. But like with most of JBL's small speakers, I still think it's quite impressive. Clarity is solid and the omnidirectional layout helps if you're moving around. You get a 7-band EQ in the app and the bass is decent for the size. It's definitely there. It just won't rattle your bones, but I don't really think it's fair to expect that from this. There's also the AI sound boost feature that does help tidy things up a little bit, but physics is physics. Physics is physics? Physics are physics. Anyway, the sound gets compressed when you push the volume, it starts to sound tinny and the bass is never going to match the bigger models. You can make it sound nice at moderate levels, but this is not a speaker for filling a room or throwing a party. It's for personal listening, small spaces, or background sound outdoors. One small caveat, if you drop it deep into a cup holder, which the can shape absolutely begs for, the bass can get muffled. Keep it above the rim and it sounds noticeably better. When it comes to features, it's bare bones to say the least. There's no microphone, no multi-point switching between 2 devices, and if you have an old Party Boost speaker, they won't communicate. What it does have though is Auracast. I love Auracast. It's actually brilliant. Testing it with these 3 speakers, all you have to do is connect your phone to one of them, turn the others on, press the Auracast button on all of them, and within Milliseconds, they're connected. You can then control all the speakers with the one phone. It's so much better than the old Party Boost system, and it makes you able to create that sort of surround sound feel. You just need multiple speakers, obviously. Now, Auracast supports a range roughly comparable to standard Bluetooth, so you can expect around 20 to 30 meters indoors and potentially up to 100 meters in clear conditions, though your results will vary depending on walls, interference, and environment, so expect that to change. And just remember, for connecting to other models, the speakers all need to support Auracast. You can't mix and match. Now, JBL claims up to 14 hours of runtime at moderate usage. Important, you underline moderate there, with 2 of these hours coming from Playtime Boost. That's JBL's battery stretching mode that dials back some of the processing and lighting to squeeze out a bit more runtime. Be warned, the speaker sounds pretty bad with that turned on. Now, when you do need to top it up, a full charge takes about 3 hours, and in real use, if you crank the ambient lights and the volume, you will most definitely get less runtime, but at this size, the battery life is respectable and in line with expectations. So, to answer the questions posed at the start of this review, why does the JBL Grip exist, and does it bring anything new besides the new shape? The honest answer is that it doesn't really need to exist. It doesn't introduce new sound, technology, new features, or a new direction for JBL's portable speakers at all. What it does offer is a very specific combination: the can-style form factor, proper IP68 durability, and Auracast in a tiny body. And to be fair, it does do those things really well. The build is great, it's genuinely rugged, and Auracast is still excellent. But beyond that, it's the same compact JBL experience we already know, just in the shape of a can you can submerge in up to 2 meters of water. Thanks for watching. If you liked the review, hit that like button. If you didn't, let me know why in the comments. And if you loved it, hit subscribe for more. This is the Tech Shed. Thanks for watching, and I better see you in the next one.